Friends, today we are going to see the grammar chapter voice. In grammar, the voice of a verb describes its relationship with the subject, object, or any other element in the sentence. The verb can be an active voice or a passive voice. When the subject is the doer of the action, the verb is an active voice. When the subject is the receiver of the action, the verb is said to be in passive voice. The structure of active voice is subject, verb, object. You know it, we need only subject, verb and an object. The subject is the doer of the action, the verb is the action word and the object is the receiver of the action. So we need this part. So first, to convert from one form to another form, we need only subject, verb and an object, and we have to split the sentence into. Now the structure of a passive voice is subject, a be verb, third form of the verb, a preposition by and an object. That is, subject is a subject receiving the action. That is, the object comes to the subject place. And then be is a helping verb or an auxiliary verb. V3 is a third form of the verb. And then by is a preposition and object doer of the action. That is, the agent goes to the last and we are using by and then that object. Example for an active voice is Ram writes a letter. First we have to split the sentence in sentence pattern. Ram writes a letter. Here Ram is a subject. Who writes a letter? Ram. So you are answering for the question who. And then writes is a action word. What did Ram write? A letter. So a letter is an object. That is a receiver of the action. And for example, for passive voice, a letter is written by Ram. So the receiver of the action comes to the first, a letter. And then when it is converted, it is written as is a be verb and then written. So write, wrote, written. So written is a third form of the verb. And then we are using by and then the Ram is the doer of the action. He goes to the last. Here is a chart for conversion of active to passive or passive to active. First I'll teach you and then I'll post you the chart. You can copy it in your grammar note. The first is simple present. For simple present, a subject, verb and an object will be present. Only these three will be present. When it is converted, it will be changing into that object comes to the subject place. Am, is, or are and then V3 subject it will come. That am is when it is I is present in the object place, you will be using am. And when it is a singular, we will be using is. When the object is plural, we will be using are. Now next, present continuous. Present continuous, the verb will be in the ing form. So subject plus am or is or are and then ing form of the verb and then object. So ing won't be coming separate. The verb ing won't be coming separate. It will be coming along with am, is or are and then it will be coming. So when it is converted into that, we will be adding being. So for just remembering, we can see that verb is in the ing form. So when we are converting, we can write it as being can be added and then V3 form. In passive voice, all the verbs will be present only in the V3 form. Now next, present perfect. That is subject, has or have and then V3 and then object. So has or have, we know it's a perfect tense. Has or have is a present perfect. And along with that, it will be third form of the verb. So when it is converted into passive voice, it is very easy for us. That is, has or have, we will be having it. And then we will be adding been. So for remembrance, I am saying that in the active voice, the verb is in the third form. The third form means it will be ending in en. Same way here, been. We are adding been and then V3 and then by and then subject. So has is a singular and have is a plural. Now next we are going for simple past. Here subject the second form of the verb, that is past tense, and then object will be there. Here also only 3 will be there. First you have to identify whether it is a present or past. When you are identified, then you can write it as object, was or were. That is, was is a singular, were is a plural, and then third form of the verb, and then by subject. So same way here, was is a singular. Now we are going for past continuous. Here past continuous, same way, verb will be in the ing form. Now we will be adding was or were because it's a past. So we are using was or were and then ing form of the verb and an object. When it is converted, was or were will be there, and then we are adding being because the verb is in the ing form. So here also we are adding being and then verb in the third form and then by subject. Now next we are going for past perfect. Past perfect, subject, had, V3 and then object. So whenever we are having has or have or had, next to that the verb will be in the third form. So here we are having only one, so we are just adding been alone. So object plus had, been, V3 by S. Now next, future tense. Future tense we will be using as modal auxiliaries will be used. Subject, will plus V1 and then object. So here will we will be using. Instead of will, it can be used as can, may, or anything can be used. Next to that we will be having only the present verb. When this is converted into that, we will be just adding a be. So object plus will be V3 by subject. Now next we will be having future perfect. Subject plus will plus have V3 and then object. So because this is a future and also perfect, so we will be having only have and then V3. So when this is converted, we will be just adding a been. Object will have been, V3 by subject. So here we didn't use the remaining tense. In that part it won't be. So maximum in these 8 categories we will be getting the question. So I'll post the chart. You can copy it in your grammar note. Okay, bye children. We can meet it in the next class. Thank you.